We all fell in love with the look of the Suzuki Eeco camper, but let's be honest, living in it was a bit of a squeeze. From impractical layouts to a battery you can barely reach, the original design just didn't cut it for real world bush travel. So we've made a choice. We're stripping it back to the shell and starting over. Better storage, proper power, and a rooftop tent to actually give us some breathing room. The revamp starts now. Welcome back to part 2, the Suzuki Eeco revamp. Let's build an Overlander. Today we're heading to Clarksdorp to 4x4 Mega World. Now, there was a couple of guys that I tried out to do the custom draw system for. But for me, I'm not saying that these guys are doing a bad job, but the thing is, I've got a good relationship with the guys from 4x4 Mega World, and Jason spoke to him about a week ago, told him about our plans. They're going to do me a favor. This is not something they normally do. They don't normally do custom draw systems. So they're going to do a draw system for the little Eeco. Now, as I said, we're on our way to Clarksdorp, and yeah, this little Eeco currently is not very comfortable because of all the wood that they stuck in here in the back. There's actually a piece of metal or wood something here right behind the seat, so the seat cannot go back any further, and I'm sitting pretty upright, so it's not the most comfortable position that I'm sitting in. Our packing solution, I think, is going to be much better. We're not sleeping in the back, we're sleeping on the roof. We've got an awning, we've got a shower cubicle. Alba, we're still waiting for the products from Alba to arrive. That's the little portable gas heater, and well, gas geyser actually, and the stoves and everything for cooking. But so far so good. I have to say, the little Eeco, you pump it down to 4th gear, it goes pretty well. I've actually overtaken a Mercedes earlier in this thing, and yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, here we are. 4x4 Mega World in Clarksdorp. Sorry, is Jason in? Thank you very much. So we're here today, chat to Jason, as I said. They're going to help me build the draw system for the little Eeco. So let's go and find him. Jason, how's it, man?
Good, and you?
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah?
So you really want to go and show me my little surprise I've got for you?
Cool, let's go have a look.
You guys sure you're going to be able to do draw system for me? I know you don't normally do it.
I think we can. Let's see.
So Jason and I were doing the classic 4x4 walk around of the Eeco. I was pointing at empty space, waving my arms about, imagining a free slide here and a drawer system there. The big dream? A drawer that doesn't just hold gear, but slides out and extends into a proper working area. You know, a place to actually put a kettle without it sliding into the dirt. When the renderings finally hit my inbox, I was chuffed. My wild hand waving had been perfectly translated into a digital masterpiece. My vision was finally becoming a reality. Well, on screen at least. But then, silence. A full 5 weeks of waiting. I checked the calendar so many times I nearly wore it out. But finally it arrived. The metal met the Eeco, and Van Life 2.0 was ready to assemble. Finally, assemble day for the Eeco. After about 4 weeks, the Eeco was back yesterday at 4x4 Mega World in Edenvale, and we had to go and rent this bloody trailer because that box is way too big to put on my Hilux. So yeah, we're going to load up and then head out to 4x4 Mega World and get this baby done. Finish and klaar. Well, there you go. Load it. Off we go. So the day has finally arrived. It's been 3-4 weeks that the little Eeco has been in Clarksdorp getting its draw systems. But today we're putting finally the roof pod onto the little Eeco. So inside here is the tent, it's the side awning, we've got a table, and there's also a shower cubicle. So let's have a look what's inside here. yeah, I'm really excited to get this thing onto the Eeco. And the reason why we went for the roof pod is that with the awning, with the shower cubicle and the table, this thing is weighing less than 40 kgs. So that is perfect for the little Eeco, because you have to always think about dynamic load on a vehicle. And dynamic load is pretty much that load that you get when you're driving. So for the Eeco, you shouldn't actually have more than 50 kgs on the roof. But so yeah, with this, with everything and all the accessories, just under 40 kgs, this will be perfect for the little Eeco. This now needs to go onto that. Think it's going to be easy? First time.
It's probably going to be easy. First time working with the roof board.
Good. But yeah, let's see what's inside. Gents, there we go. Okay, so let's go through what's in the box quickly. So in the box was our roof pod, comfy pod. This is the largest of the roof pods, and yeah, it weighs about just over 35 kgs, so perfect for the little Eeco. We've got our awning here, we've got our shower cubicle here, obviously telescopic ladder. Nice thing about this can stay inside the roof pod when you close it. You can also leave your bedding inside the roof pod. We've got 4 brackets so that the roof pod gets fitted to a load bar, and then we've got our 2 brackets for our table, and lovely little table. It's got gas struts, so quite easy. You just pull it up, gas struts does the work, legs goes out, and it's standing. Simple and easy. Now Reynard and Neil, they're gonna have to figure out how to fit this onto the Eeco, because yeah, that's their job. I'm done now for a while. I'm doing something. Okay, so we've decided on the Flexo Power 1200, and you know what? I've got a table. Give me a second. So let's try this again. We decided on the Flexo Power 1200, basically because the little Eeco is not going to really need that much power. We basically want to run the fridge And if someone really wants to, they can run a little hair dryer or something like that. Nothing major, but you will be able to charge your phones and everything like that. So it's a box in a box. Can you believe it? Okay, give me a second. We'll retake this from when this is out of the box. And there you have it. It's got your normal standard plug, 2-point plug, recharge points, USB-C, USB, your power in, and you've got a cigarette lighter socket, as well as a Anderson plug. Brad Harris, Anderson? Both names apparently. I want to put it perhaps here. You know, there's a lot of space right here, so put it there. See? Need glasses. Getting old. Oh, you need to switch this on. And there you go. Okay, so we've got a shower cubicle, and what is a shower cubicle without a gas heater? So from Alba, we've got this little portable gas geyser, and this is just for in case you pack camping at the spot and there is just absolutely no ablutions. So let's have a look what's in the box. So we start off with the actual gas geyser. It looks like we've got a water bag for in case you don't have water close by. There's actually a power cord for a 12-volt socket. We've got our pump to get the water through. We've got a carrying bag, some extra pipes, the gas pipes, and your shower head. So I need now to decide whether I'm going to actually fit this permanently into the little Eeco, or if we're going to keep it portable. The Eeco does have its own little shower cubicle, but what if you decide to bring a shower cubicle with? Because we've got loads of space in the Eeco. So I think for now, we're just going to put this in the Eeco, and you can use it as you please. And then maybe at a later stage, we could look at fastening it if the need is never there to actually take it out of the Eeco. So I'm going to put everything in the bag, and then put it in the Eeco. So guys, that's a wrap for the big things. Now it's back home, getting all the little bits and bobs in, and then obviously go and test it. But big thanks to the guys from 4x4 Mega World, Clarkstorp and here in Edenvale. They did it as a huge favor, helping and assisting getting this little Eeco fitted out. But yeah, see you in the bush now.